Hi viewers, thanks for watching my other videos. I am here again with another video, and this is my second video. This is my second lesson on Excel functions one-stop shop. This is the one-stop shop in a sense. It has all the relevant functions in one place. These are the functions you will normally find useful in your day-to-day activities, in day-to-day business. This is the second lesson. In first lesson I did cover the basic mathematics in Excel, as you can see over here in this worksheet, and there's some quick functions which are already over there. As I said in my previous video, I will keep adding and editing this front page, and will add more things as and when required. I have changed the format slightly. As you can see, all the various functions are here, which we will be covering in coming videos. I'm not going to do a one lengthy video, but instead it will be a series of short videos that you will not feel information overload and not get bored with the functions. And these are categories, not the functions entirely. So if I go to my date and time function, you will see there are loads of function in one category that I'm going to cover. Today I'm going to cover sum, average, mode, mean, min, max, and date and time. So these are very common functions. Sum is the most common function. Maybe everyone at beginning level or advanced level or whatever level it is, they are aware of this function, but a very useful function. Average, mode, and median is like sum function is very easy. Min and max are again very easy functions, but date and time is a very important topic. Every day, every time we have to use date and time functions in a different format. Maybe calculate the hours worked, maybe calculate the days available for a company for before the invoice is due, or maybe to calculate the number of days for many different reasons. So I'm going to cover these four topics in today's video. Hope you will like it, and you can always see the first lesson in my YouTube channel, and if not, if you have not subscribed, please subscribe so that you can get notification for the latest videos. Let's start today's topic with sum function, and very easy and very straightforward function. Maybe the very first function whoever start using Excel learns, and a very dynamic function used in a variety of different ways. We will see that in shortly. Just let me explain what the functions actually is itself, and that applies to all the Excel functions. See, this is the thing after is equal to sign is the function name, and then we have the brackets, and inside the bracket we have cell references. This is called arguments, and we are asking this function to perform this task. This is how the function works in Excel. In programming languages as well, the concept of the function is same. Now let's see how sum function operates. As I said, it's a very simple, very useful function, but a very dynamic as well. You can use it in variety of different ways. I have used a few examples over here, and we are going to apply the function to examples. I already have set up the data as I normally do to just save our time. If you can see in the very first format, I have used two standalone cell references. Standalone cell references are means this. For example, I have some data over here, and I'm asking some function to perform an addition on O2 and O10. Remember, O2 and, I'm using word and O10 means what will be happen. Some function will sum O1, this O1 row, and O10. The data is O1 and O10. It will not consider anything in between. These are standalone cell references. Then we can use this function as range as well. Note the symbol is changed. Now we have two dots between two cell references. So what does this mean? It means O1 to O10, not O1 and O10 as is previously. So means starting from your starting point all the way to the finish line, and this is O1 to O10. What does this mean? Means starting from O1 to O2 to O3 to O4 and all the way to O10 cell references. Then you can use the multiple references as well. I have just given X1 and X10, and it could be O1, and let's just explain it with this example. And then the second range is P1 and P10. Here is it. You can separate two multiple ranges with comma, and you can just keep adding the ranges, and the sum function will do the rest. Now the third format is using standalone cell references, and then you can add it in the form of a mathematical expression. You can use a constant to add, multiply or divide, whatever you want to do. And let me explain something. So this and this star symbol, division and subtraction, what is this? This is called these are called mathematical operators. These are mathematical operators, and I have used a similar function but with the brackets in the very next line. Let's revise something as well. That is what we called Bottommost Rule, and that might remind you your college or school days where you learn the Bottommost Rule. So what Bottommost Rule is: B stands for brackets, D and M stand for division and multiplication, whichever comes first, and A and S stand for addition and subtraction, whichever comes first. So what does that mean? Suppose I have is equal to 5 plus 2 times 2. A simple example. What is happening over here? If you see in this expression, 2 will be multiplied by 2 first, and then 5 will be added to the answer, because multiplication has the higher priority than addition and subtraction. It will give you answer as 9. But if we use the same function and we ask Excel to perform the addition first, then we put the brackets around, so that will change the priority of the expression. 5 plus 2 has the highest priority now, because these are in the brackets, and bracket have the highest priority. Now it will give you the answer 14. See, so remember, use the Bottommost Rule to do the calculations, otherwise you will get wrong answers. Use brackets where you want to enforce other function to perform first, and where you want to change the priority of division or addition. If you want to have addition first before division, then use the brackets. And you might have done this in your college or school days already. Now let's apply this function to our data, and let's see how this works. So for example, I have used these three different categories of food items: fruit, and maybe this is called a bakery item, and meat over here, and we are going to apply some in different variety of ways and see how this function works. For example, the very first, if I want to have total of apples and oranges, this is the very first example. To stand alone cell references, this plus this, and when I close this out, it will give you the total. Very simple, very straightforward. Whenever you press F2 on a cell that has the formula in, it will give you the details of the cells that are used in the formula by different color coding. If you see over here, C25 is blue and C26 is red, and you can see over there, you can press F2 anytime on the formula to see what data has been used to perform the calculation. Now let's see if we can use range. So if is equal to sum, and just drag down the range, and it will do the calculation for you. It's not like using C25, C26, C27, C28. Instead, we have used the range function you can see it's the function replaced with the dot over here. The mathematical operator is replaced with the dot. We can use this over here as well. Just drag it down and you can see we got the total very easily is equal to sum, and then over here as well. So these are three different totals of the food bill, a weekly food bill for fruit, bakery and meat items. Now let's see if we can get the total weekly food bill. I have written it twice because we are going to see different ways we can get this total weekly bill using sum formula. Is equal to sum. Now the standalone cell references, close the bracket, it will give you 570. If you press F2 again, you can see highlighted the cell it has given. Now let's see the multiple ranges, this thing, first range comma second range, the last range. Close it out and you get the same result, but we have used the multiple ranges. If I press F2, you can see all these three ranges that has been used in this function, and all these three ranges are separated by comma. Now you can use a different mathematical operator like this one. For example, all fruits except lemon, okay, is equal to sum. This is the total of all fruit. We are going to use minus this time, except lemon. This is lemon. That's it. Simple, easy. You can even use this to do more mathematical expressions. For example, this total weekly bill going to be divided into 3 people. So how are we going to get that total? So we can see bill per head. So we have 3 people, for example, is equal to then sum. Okay, we can learn another thing over here as well. This plus this plus this. We can use this as well, but I'm going to explain something. And I have now 10 divided by 3. So if I press enter, it will give me 476 pounds. Total bill is 570, and if we divide it in 3 people, the bill surely will not be 476. It will be way lower than that. So what's wrong? What's happened? The wrong is the what we have done here. If I press F2, and we can see, because of the Bottommost rule, the division being performed first, and then these 2 other items are added to that intermediate result. What we need here, we need a bracket to change the priority of the calculations. Now what will happen, the addition will come performed first, and then the total will be divided by 3. See, a completely different result. If I copy this thing over here and do the calculation again, just to explain the difference. See, if you use this mathematical expression in an incorrect way, you will get the wrong answers. Your answers will be wrong. You have to follow the Bottommost rule, which I have explained earlier. What the Bottommost rule is, you can revise this Bottommost rule from your mathematics books, but it's a very straightforward. This is the order of calculation. This is the order of calculation, and you can control this order of the calculation by using brackets. Now this is pretty straightforward, very simple. Sum function, you can use sum function if I just wanted to change something. For example, I can just multiply it by 5. Yes, I can plus 100. You can just make whatever mathematical expression you want to as per your needs. Revise your sum function and do it the practice at home. And another very quick way of finding the totals are here. We did this in our very first lecture over here in the basic mathematics. but I am just giving you a review over the that as well over here. So 170, and you can have this sum function over here as well. This is just to see a total of whatever is selected in the columns if you don't want the total to be displayed on the screen. Now let's move to our next topic, that is average. So this is another set of functions: average, mode, and median. And again, the thing after the is equal to sign and before the parenthesis is called function name, and then inside the brackets we have the arguments. This is standard across all the functions, also called procedures, and in different languages as well. So now let's see how average function works. I'm not going to spend too much time on this average function, average, mode, and median function. It is very straightforward, very simple. So if I want to have average of this series over here, for example, I can simply type is equal to average and just drag it down, and it gives you the average of a range of functions. You can also see the average from your status bar over here. If you don't want average to be used as a formula in your screen, just want to see quickly what the average is, maybe during your meeting or whatever, you can see these quick functions over here, and you can use this one. And if you don't want to use that, you can go over there as well, and these are readily available functions. And in one of my other video where I have covered flash fill, you can have that function as a flash fill options as well if you like to use that, like on the total, see, average, a flash fill option. But if you want to see those in detail, you can have that in my YouTube channel, very informative video. Okay, now let's go and apply these three functions to our example. We are going to use the same example I have used before. Let's get the average first for the fruit section. So on average, what I am spending weekly on fruit is equal to average and then range. Simple, not difficult. 42.5 maybe dollar every week I'm spending on fruit. What I'm spending on bakery is equal to average, here is average, and then the range. I don't know why I'm using 100 pound of donuts, but anyway, I'm spending, okay, 52, the average over here, and then is equal to average again, and then the range. Yeah, we have three different averages. So if you can use the averages for the multiple ranges, just like the sum function. So if I use this average, and then I can select comma, the second and then the third, and press enter, it will give me the average of all these three categories by taking all these three ranges. If I press F2, I can see the data I have used, and I can make adjustments if I want to. So if you want to make adjustment, you want to include exclude lemons, for example, you can see this blue box represents the very first series. Just place your mouse pointer over here and reduce your selection. That's it. It is that simple. Just press F2 and you see it is not included. If you want to include, and just drag it down again, and you can do it. It's very simple. So it's not only functions you are learning, I'm just showing some tips and techniques as well of Excel, how quickly you can work with different things. Now let's find out mode, and mode is, I think, the most frequent number in a list is equal to mode. If I want to see what is the most frequent price across all three categories, so I will select the first category and then the second category and the third category, and when I closed, so the 50 pound $50 is the most frequent price. If I see, yes, 50 comes once in this first category, and then it comes twice in the second category, and then it comes twice again in the third category. So overall it repeated like 5 times. So that is why it is the mode function has returned 50, the most frequent item. I don't know what median is, but let's see what return the what is the median. Returns the number in the middle of the set of given numbers. Yeah, yes, it is the middle number. Okay, let's select the first series and the second series and the third series. So the middle number is 50. Yes, okay. So mode and median is returning the same values, and average returns 44. And we have taken the average at each item as well, at each category, and the overall category by using the multiple ranges. If I increase this range by this. Now let's revise some, just this one plus this one plus this one, and this is sum. Okay, so how much is my average average food bill? My average food bill is $43, and so if you can see over here, and um, the most frequent price is 50, and the median, maybe teachers or someone in statistics department who's doing the data analysis is using this function more, is 50 as well. But most often you will see average being used. Mode and median are very less frequently used in business areas or work environments, but very common maybe in the education sector, schools, colleges, or statistics, or people may be using this function more than whatever in the business, hardly used. Okay, and this is then for our average, mode, and median functions, and we applied this to our range of data over here. And then now let's move to our next set of data, that is min and max, and let's see how that works. Okay, so min and max, again easy, the function name and the arguments, we should have known it by now. And more technical term, you can say what are the arguments and what is the function name, so it sounds professional. Let's apply the min and function straight away to our data. Min, as the name suggests, will give you the minimum number in that list, and max will give you the maximum number, or return the maximum number in that list. If in the very first category, if I want to see what item has the minimum cost, so is equal to min, and then again you just simply provide the range, and it's 20. Max, for example, let's see what is the most expensive item in the bakery. So it is max, it's going to come the donuts. I don't know why the donuts are for $100, and it's 100 as you see. And from here in the meat section, let's see, is equal to, let's find out the max, and here is the max function. Max is 50 because it comes twice and it's the highest one. Another quick way to find out the min and max, if you select the series, you will see the min and the maximum value over here, and if you go over here, you find these two functions over here, and if you select the list and the flash fill, and you will file these all the min and max and everything over here in the quick analysis tool. You can use a very handy tool, and as I said, there is a video in my YouTube channel. You can find this called flash fill option. Now you can use is equal to min and max, maybe this series and comma this series and this series, you can see we have used um, this multiple ranges. So 10 is the minimum cost across all the food items. What is, let's see which item. Okay, this is lamb. Oh, 10, it's not correct but anyway. And then what is the maximum item across all three food categories? Let's see. So you are using single ranges and multiple ranges just to test 100. Okay, donuts, yes. So that is how min and max work, and it's very easy, very simple. You can use a function inside a function, that is called a nested function, but don't worry about that at present. We have all these things coming up, and we are going to use the nested functions when we based our function on another function's value. And these are more technical things, more technical items. We will be looking at those in later videos. So this is min and max, this is average, this is sum. Now we are going moving towards the important topic of today, that is date and time. So the next topic is date and time, and as you can see there are quite a lot of functions. I have covered them individually. Date and time is very important topic, and being used on daily basis for a variety of reasons: the number of hour worked, days before the invoice is due, or so many different things, etc, etc, etc. So it might take a bit longer to cover all these, and so I think I have to break this video down into two videos. And so do subscribe and watch the part B of this lesson 2, where I have covered date and time, and there are many different examples as well. So I'm finishing this part A over here, and the part B will be in the next video. Thanks for watching. Thank you.